I'm W. Mitchell from Santa Barbara, California, and old friends of Warren and Kit's. And I've been keynoting for about 20 years. And had there been a boot camp and had I attended it 20 years ago, I could imagine how rapidly my career would have expanded, even more so than it did. There's so much that we watch being done on the stage, but never really understand, never really internalize, never really focus on how we can take our presentation and use some of that information. And it really takes a teacher to sit down with you and say, do a little bit of this, do a little less of that, change this, move that. And the coaching is invaluable. We really do miss out on advancing our careers in speaking by not sitting at the feet of some of the masters, and Kit and Warren are two of the masters.
Hi, I'm Jeff Mowat. I am a certified speaking professional. I received my CSP about 6 years ago. I've been full-time professional speaker for 16 years, and I have indeed engaged in speaking coaches for my presentations. I've spent literally thousands of dollars on one-on-one coaches, and some of whom are, I think, some of the most highly regarded folks in the industry. And so, in terms of how did boot camp work for me versus working one-on-one with other professionals, well, I certainly got value with those other coaches, absolutely. I think what made my experience here unique, in terms of being a positive experience, was that I had both Kit and Warren give me the feedback. Well, one of the things that I really like is speaking coaches who do speak professionally themselves, because they know what works in the marketplace, and that's the great thing about both Kit and Warren. But having the sort of tag team worked really well, because in the past where I've worked one-on-one, there's been a challenge where if we have one person's opinion saying this is your best story, well, I can do a lot of work on that story, but then I've left them and I've dropped those stories altogether for whatever reason. Well, that isn't as enduring. So having the feedback from both coaches works really well. I also like the structure that they use in terms of how to structure your presentation so that it has the most impact for you. And they have a process to do that I find is unique. It's worked really well for me, and I highly recommend it.
My name is Alvin Law, and I am the president of AJL Communications Limited. My company is based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My wife, Darlene, runs our business, and together, because we do a lot of things together, obviously, we attended the boot camp for the last few days. I'm sure Darlene right now is feeling a lot more confident than I am, and that's a good thing. You know, I got to tell you, in my business, and I've been doing this for 25 years, I have had 4,562,249 compliments. I counted. Right now I feel beat up, I feel tired, I feel wasted, but boy, do I feel excited. All I want to do is go home and practice and work and write and practice and get this right, because, you know, that's why I came. Not to get another compliment, but to get some help to make my career not only get better, but to make our business better, because that is really what we're in this for. I would highly recommend Kit and Warren's boot camp. I would highly recommend that you bury your ego when you get here. Sorry, I'm being honest. And I would highly recommend that you take into account everything that they have to offer, because there ain't no better at being honest. And that is exactly what you need, is some honesty, because trust me, it's a good thing.
Hello, I'm Merj Gupta Sundarji, certified speaking professional. I received my CSP in 2007. I just spent a very enjoyable weekend at Kit and Warren's Speakers Boot Camp, and I have many thoughts to share with you, but I will just share one. I have been to many NSA and CAPS conventions and many NSA and CAPS events, and they've all been wonderful and have helped me grow as a speaker in my last 6 years in this career. But I will say that this particular weekend was unique in a very specific way. It is the first time I have received very focused and intense coaching specifically for me. In many conventions and conferences, I find that the information, there's lots of information there, but it's very diffuse. And gathering it and implementing it takes time, and I'm not always good at doing that. The benefit for me for this weekend is I got the feedback. I got to apply it within a 24-hour period, and then I actually got to see the results of that implementation.
I'm Larry Pearson, CSP. I received my CSP 5 years ago in Phoenix, I've been working in the speaking and training business for 16 years. What the boot camp did for me, it allowed me to transition from a trainer to a keynote speaker with one primary thing. It gave me a tool or a template that I could lay my keynote out very effectively with some organization and effectiveness, regardless of whatever the keynote topic. So, thank you, Warren and Kit. Cheers.
My background is in the training environment. I was facilitating, I've taught at a collegiate level. I spent 5 years training in different countries, and the thing about this boot camp that was huge for me is making that transition from a trainer to a keynoter. And I tell you, this environment is wonderful. It's supportive, it's learning. We learn from every single person here. And that storyboard was amazing. Now I have a recipe on how to put together a compelling keynote. No more misunderstandings or fussification on how on earth you do that. What I love the most about this is that we got 6 months access to these guys. So I'll be talking to you guys, darling. Thanks, I recommend it.
Hey Desi, how you doing? We just finished the Get Better, Get Busier boot camp with Kit and Warren, and what I really appreciated about it is that it helped me identify what I already do well, and it helped me identify what I need to do to get better and busier. And what I really appreciate is that it's not going to turn me into another Kit or Warren. Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, I.J. McIntyre from Calgary. Thanks, Warren and Kit. I came here as a facilitator. I'm going home a keynoter. My advice to everybody out there, it's worth every penny. Do it now.
My name is Suzanne Stevens. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I just finished a great weekend with the boot camp extraordinary leaders. What are their names? No, Warren. I'm just kidding. Warren and Kit. It was a great experience because I've been speaking for 10 years, but this just brought it to a new level. It was tailored to what I needed to get from the weekend to hit the platform and be very successful. Thanks, guys. You were wonderful, and a lot of laughs, but most importantly, I got what I came to get. Thanks for the success.
Perry Shawn here from Toronto, and I just want to say a big thank you to both Kit and Warren. The program was absolutely outstanding. I got more than my value by 10:30 morning Saturday night. So thank you very much. Really got me to understand the difference between training and keynoting, and I think it's going to be, if you're considering it, it's going to be the launch pad for me to be able to go into keynotes. Thank you.
This is Kate Parker from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I attended Warren and Kit's boot camp, and I can tell anyone who's watching it's a tremendous weekend. I came on Friday night feeling tired and unprepared. Worked for how many hours? 16 hours on Saturday. And no, it was a great, useful weekend. And I think I left the training mindset and moved into the keynote speaking mindset. And I'm very proud of that. Thank you very much to the two of you.
My name's Meg Soper. I came from Toronto, Ontario. And I was a little nervous about going into this camp because I thought, well, I don't know, it's a lot of money, is it worth it? And it was a very worthwhile and worthy investment, and I'm so glad I did it because it was fun. I learned a lot. My background's stand-up comedy, and I knew I needed to fine-tune some things, making this transition into a motivational speaker, and that was possible because Warren is very different from Kit, but they're both so smooth, and all their expertise showered upon us since Friday afternoon has been amazing. I'm very glad that I came, and I would highly recommend this boot camp to any speaker, no matter what level you are, to take it up a notch. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Helena DeVries. I'm a broadcaster. I live in Calgary, Alberta. I've worked nationally and locally for over a decade in front of the camera. I've done speaking, I've emceed and hosted events, but it's an entirely different ballgame when you're actually trying to prepare a keynote speech. I didn't know where to start. Fortunately, I got the recommendation of Kit Grant's and Warren Evans boot camp, and I've got to tell you, I just finished it. It was an amazing experience. And what I've taken away from today is the fact that I think I've saved myself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, because what I've been able to do is actually get it clear in my head how a keynote should actually work and what it should actually look like. So I have to tell you, thanks again for this amazing experience, and I will definitely keep all of the advice in mind as I move forward into this next phase of my career.